Do you have a face for a dark room? Do people tell you you're ugly? Have you ever looked in the mirror and it cracked? Have you ever been to the zoo and people throw peanuts and food at you? Well, let me tell you what. Why don't you check out Mark's Wrestling Masks on Facebook? That's MARC''S. Mark's Wrestling Masks on Facebook, because that's who keeps our ugly mugs covered too. Welcome to the Shiz Show with your hosts, Vader from Wish and NWO Machine and NWO Cat.
Welcome to the Shiz Show.
Hey, we're back again.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I know, yeah.
It's been a while, and that entrance
Good
music,
things come to those who wait. That's why.
Exactly.
Too much of a good thing. Like, we don't want to spoil you guys out there.
Still waiting. Yeah.
In podcast land.
In podcast land, and somber to say the least.
Yeah.
We've lost some.
It's a rough week.
Well, no kidding. That's it's been rough. Like, so that entrance, obviously, we know that's Bray Wyatt, and we're hurting, and I'm not sure we'll ever heal on that one.
No. That's a tough one. So.
36 years old.
Totally unexpected. Like,
but there you go. Like, COVID, they say COVID related.
Yeah.
So the COVID related thing to me is the fact that his heart's been acting up from getting COVID or suffering COVID, and then this is the long COVID, and then I know reports. I hate all these reports coming out because nothing's ever been confirmed, but apparently that defibrillator.
Yeah, he took a nap without it or something.
Yeah.
So he's probably done it before and just thought, I was going to have a little sleepy sleep.
And he's in for the long sleep because of it. And hey, you know who else had the defibrillator that shocked him 3 times? It was Scott Hall before he passed.
Oh.
It did revive him.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Scott had another problem anyway. But here's one of our next guest is... they're calling in that.
No kidding.
You're giving out that hotline like crazy.
Yeah, no kidding.
And Nurse Peach is here. Hold on, we're just going to take a little pause for a second here. Hello, and don't call this line again. This is the Shiz Show. We don't need any of your crap. Oh, hi. Are we still on?
Yeah, apparently the phone going off like 2 in a row now. But I don't know who called the second time.
That's how we handle hecklers around
That's right.
here. Yeah,
It was probably Visa MasterCard calling you.
Oh, great! Yeah. Hello, would you like to? No. Yeah.
Or Bindo's Help Center.
Yeah, Bindo done that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Bray Wyatt, at least to see not as something funny. We're trying to be serious and something funny happens. And it's not scripted, folks.
No, nothing. Like, we got the cat lying on the table here. Like, she just showed up. She's like, hey.
Peach.
Yeah, got a dog chewing on toys in the background.
Yeah, it's Peach. I haven't seen Peach for a while. She's going to say hi and check out the show. So Bray Wyatt, we lose Bray Wyatt. I thought the tribute to Bray Wyatt was, I mean, they had to.
Yeah.
Like, I had somebody argue about, whoa, they didn't do anything for Terry Funk. Like, nothing against Terry Funk, but...
Well, they did. They had a hardcore match with no hardcore in it.
Yeah.
Like, that made the least amount of sense.
And they had Sylvester the Cat talking about everything that Terry Funk did.
Yeah.
So, again, but most of it was Bray Wyatt, and I think that was more deserved than Terry Funk.
Oh, yeah.
And the reason I think that is because today's world wrestling, who's watching, knows Bray Wyatt more than they know the legend of Terry Funk.
For sure.
Had Bray Wyatt not passed the same day, I'm sure Terry Funk would have had a bigger...
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
But let's face it, he wasn't necessarily WWE so much.
Yeah.
That, he was just a hardcore legend. And
I mean, back in the day, he was WWF, but
sure. I think the hardest thing, and did you see that tribute for Bray Wyatt?
Yeah, I caught that. Oh.
I was okay. I don't get moved by a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, because I don't know him.
No.
Right?
And truth be told, I didn't, that was, again, when I barely watched.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't, and it's too bad because I missed out, like, from what I've seen of the highlights and everything like that. I missed out. Like, I wish I would have watched more of his stuff.
Yeah, I liked him when he was with the Wyatt family.
Yeah.
Like, I did like that stuff. But what got me, the tribute that got me, was not the fact that I wasn't sad in a sense that, Bray Wyatt passed away, because I didn't know the man, so it's hard to be sad.
Yeah.
But what gets me is when I see adults
like
cry. and even though they were the girl wrestlers,
yeah,
and then you see like Braun Strowman tearing up,
yeah,
and you see guys trying to hold it,
yeah,
that got me emotional.
And Rowan, I think he's wrestling here right now.
I know Rowan.
Yeah. So he flew out for the show and came like that is a testament to his professionalism too. Like, you know, CWE, Danny Duggan's got him in right now, I think. So,
and the other thing for Rowan to be there, I thought that I'm gonna give. I don't care what you say. I'm giving Vince and Triple H the pat on the back for bringing him there for that.
That was the right thing.
Sure.
Yeah.
100%. And then after that, I think the other thing that got me was the crowd started singing, "He's got the whole world."
Oh, okay. I missed that.
He's got the whole world in his hand. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hand. He's got the whole world in his hand.
Well, like,
yeah.
And I think that sent off some of the superstars.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
But, I'm not sure what city they were in, but kudos to that city because, you're expecting one thing out of SmackDown. Oh, yeah. I'm going to SmackDown tonight. I'm going to SmackDown. Oh, yeah. This is going to be great.
Yeah.
And then kaboom.
It turns into something legendary.
I know.
Yeah.
And you're part of something that you don't want to be part of, but you're part of.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, like I say, matches obviously got changed in a heartbeat. I don't know what the card was supposed to be for them.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming it wasn't what it was supposed to be. But they had the hardcore match that wasn't hardcore.
That wasn't hard. And one thing I was reading a lot on the internet, like the Roman Reigns is apparently getting a lot of crap because they're saying, oh, he didn't show up to do anything for the tribute. Like there was talk about he was supposed to retire the blue championship belt and give it to the family. Well, the family wasn't there.
No,
I'm not the biggest Roman Reigns fan, but if he wasn't there, there was probably a darn good reason why they wouldn't have had him on the show.
Well, let's face it. I got a funny feeling Bray Wyatt's widow, not even 24 hours losing her husband, isn't ready to be in the center of a ring.
No, exactly.
The belt.
Yeah.
So
if that's even true, that's just something. Again, it's the internet.
I know. Yeah. And again, I'm not blaming Roman Reigns here either.
No, if we don't know what's going on,
they could have. Let's just say that's a plan.
Yeah.
I think Roman Reigns, when he does that, should be on his way out of the championship and into from heel to face.
Yeah. Or he just does it off camera and says, and I think that's the right thing to do too, if that's what they wanted to do.
Disappear.
Yeah.
That belt should just never appear.
No.
And then at some point in time, let's forget that the blue belt's disappeared.
Yeah.
And then they bring it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's an idea.
Yeah. I like what Rollins did on Raw. He changed the side plates to the Fiend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, there's a great tribute, right? Like, and again, with maybe it's Paul Heyman who doesn't want to give up the blue belt. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm tired of his ass carrying it around too.
Why are one of our buttons red? Did the cat lay on?
Oh, it's an effect button.
Okay, good.
Maybe we sound better thanks to the cat.
Yeah, I don't know. She's laying on everything.
PJ, I'm gonna take a picture here just to because we're not lying, folks.
No.
Like this is me. Sometimes price doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
So I took a lower price because I knew the guy.
Yeah.
And I figured it's not going to go somewhere else because he wanted to play it and do whatever. So I took a bit of a cut, Kevin, and you'll still owe me a lunch for that. But it went to a good person, and that's coming high.
And it went for a good cause, apparently.
And I got the $1 million.
So you're the $1 million champion.
I had to put in a few extra shekels to get the $1 million belt. So
hey, you know what? Since we're doing shout outs here, we got a couple guys that we got to give a shout out to.
Oh yeah,
you're just trying to live your life, and you're getting harassed by my buddy Keith.
Yeah, that filthy thing. He follows me everywhere.
He's the reason we're doing this right now because I was fine with not taking another week off. But he's harassing.
So Keith, he does. Keith's got a great job too. He's got a good guy too. He puts his.
I know a long time we used to work together.
His time on the line and his life on the line. If something happens, I know he's one of those guys.
Yeah.
And
our other buddy Gail, who apparently is another fan of the show. He's a police officer locally
good for
here.
those guys, and
big
thanks
fan.
for what you guys
thanks for what you guys do. So,
but so Keith, I'm in Walmart getting yet another pain prescription pill. Put it this way, I hate pills if I don't have to take them, and I didn't want an opioid. And I'm having a slight knee issue that gives me a pain on the scale from 1 to throw up. It's in throw up. So until I get this looked at. So anyways, I'm waiting for this prescription and I see this guy and I'm like, I put my arms up. I'm like, what are you following me? and he says, listen, I don't remember the exact words, but he's like, I listened to, I know Vader. And I apologize profusely. And he says, listen, he goes, I listened to your show and blah, blah, blah. And when's the next one coming out? And I'm like, you know what? I better get on this. So this show's for Keith. I'm sure I'll see you next week somewhere.
He'll be following you.
Yeah, he'll be following me again. And we'll figure it out. So again, thanks for all you guys do out there protecting and serving and doing what you do. So after I open this belt, I may have to hire Keith.
Yeah, no kidding.
$1 million belt. But what I was saying
Drive
is,
you around.
if you want to see the unboxing real quick, we're going to do this. If you're listening to this on Spotify, just flip over to our YouTube channel. Welcome to the Shiz Show. And you can see the unboxing of the Capco belt.
Yeah.
And of course, you can find him on. Well,
and that'll be good too, because you can show the quality of the packaging.
Sure.
Like it doesn't just come in a bag. Like, it's a bit beat up. I mean, it's not beat up. The box is in decent shape.
Okay, so let's just. Do you know why it's beat up?
Because you dropped it 500 times.
If you
on the
look
way
at the tape,
yeah,
who's opened it?
Oh,
Customs everywhere opens
yeah. Well,
it.
no kidding.
They're probably wandering around.
There's probably some photos of them in the belt. I know I would. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They're probably. Hey, this is a good one.
Yeah.
So it's $1 million belt, and Capco also made my Sergeant Slaughter purple belt.
Yeah, you have to put that one on. I still haven't seen that in person. You haven't showed it to me.
You won't come over.
I will. I don't know where you live. You moved.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Never gave me the address.
Well, you could have.
You'll get my Wi-Fi when I get your address.
Oh wow, yeah.
I'll come to you. I'll come to your house
again.
I'll come to your house and I'll put the Wi-Fi in your phone.
We'll do that.
I'm at your house.
Yeah, next. I was gonna say next week, but you're leaving again.
I'll be out of town. Yeah.
Here we go.
I'm just a jet setter.
Yeah. So So we lost Terry Funk. We lose Bray Wyatt.
Bob Barker.
And Bob Barker. Yeah, he almost made it to the $1 without.
Yeah, you got as close to 100 without. Yeah.
I said that, and then someone else came out and said that online. I thought that was very clever. So yeah, we've lost some good people this week. Yeah. I've never heard a bad word about Terry Funk either.
No. He was 49 when he did his first moonsault. So I saw that little fact, and I'm like, wow, okay.
Here's another thing that if you have anybody out there, if you have video clips of and this is where social media sucks, because social media sucks the life out of she agreed.
Yeah.
Everything's negative, right?
Yeah.
So here's the pisses me off: negative, everything.
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt passes away, and now all of a sudden people are putting up videos of him doing stuff with kids.
Oh yeah.
And signing autographs.
Yeah.
Do that when they're alive.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, you'll get more with honey than you do with vinegar, so to speak. Like, with this cancel culture garbage.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, there should be way more videos of people doing these things.
Yeah.
Like Bray Wyatt doing that stuff. Like,
yeah, I knew nothing about what he was like outside of the ring, and I mean, this week I found out that he would stay around, sign all the autographs, like talk to the kids, and like just great.
Why not do that? I mean, on that note, I'll tell you an interesting Scott Hall story.
Okay.
I was in Vancouver, and so he's Razor Ramon. Hey, Chico, be quiet over there. So he's Razor Ramon. He's the IC champion. You're gonna let him out?
I think otherwise I'm gonna have a poo.
Well, I'll tell the story.
You talk.
You can.
You don't need me for this.
No. So Scott Hall, we're in Vancouver, and he's the Intercontinental Champion at the time, and there was a contest for whoever. I guess it was a radio contest or a newspaper contest at the time. That it's a meet and greet. So all these folks are there, and at the same time, it's Razor Ramon meet and greet. It was Kevin Nash, who was Diesel at the time. And I guess the meet and greet was somewhere in about the 10-minute mark, if that, where people come in, quickly meet the two wrestlers, get a few pictures, little chat for a second, and you're gone. So Kevin Nash, who everyone seems to love Kevin Nash all of a sudden, does his required 10 minutes and leaves. So Kevin Nash doesn't do anything over his required time. And Scott, again, he's messing around with these kids. Now, every other kid who's sort of won this contest is gone. Mm-hmm. There's one kid left, and he's in a wheelchair. And he's borderline a special needs kid.
Mm-hmm.
at the time that I remember. And so the dad waited till everybody we left, and of course this kid kind of gets a couple seconds with Scott as Razor Ramon, and Scott gives this kid the belt in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
And they take a couple of pictures, and Scott, the PR person, says, "Hey, Razor, we gotta go." It's been about 15, 20 minutes, and Scott would give extra time. He loved kids. Like, I have to say, he was good with kids.
Well, I remember when he was that Jerry Springer when he was on there?
Yeah. So, and I'm standing backstage watching all this, right? And this is how I know it's a first-hand story. I know this happened. And Scott goes to take the Intercontinental belt from the kid, and the kid goes, "No." Well, what do you do with a special needs kid in a wheelchair, right? Like, this kid ain't giving the belt back.
Not the razor's edge. That's what you don't do.
No. So, very good. Yeah. So Scott's like, "Okay, Chico, I need my belt. I got to go fight the tax man," right? And because he was fighting IRS, I'll never forget that, the tax man. So he tries to get the belt from the kid again. No, he won't. And the kid is holding on. So the dad's like, "Hey, you got to give him his belt back." No. And you can see the PR people like, "Now what?" So Scott says, "Okay, I'll make you a deal." And now there's a whole bunch of people watching this, right, in the back. And he says, "If I pin you, I get my belt." And the kid like nods like happy little squirrel. Yeah. So Scott, as Razor, takes the wheelchair.
Yeah.
And grabs the push handles.
Yeah.
And tips the kid over.
Yeah.
And he goes 1, 2, 3. Brings the kid's wheelchair back up gentle.
Yeah.
The kid gives them the belt, and the kid is happier than I had tears in my eyes.
Yeah.
You just don't see that.
No.
And it was like a golden moment that I'll never forget about, here's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's a heel or whatever at the time.
Yeah.
And he does that for the kid, and all the problems were alleviated by pinning the kid.
Yeah.
Like, what a memory.
Oh, yeah. And that goes back to what you're saying before. Like, you hear all the bad stories about this. And I mean, not just wrestlers, celebrities in general, but then these are the things that are, people don't hear about.
None.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have heard that story.
No.
You would hear, again, all we heard from about Scott Hall was, "Oh, he was on pills. Oh, he was drunk.
Yeah.
Oh, he was blank."
Yeah.
And I wish then was the days of today, because that would be a video I would keep.
Yeah.
To
for
watch,
sure.
to see that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how he did that. I'll just never forget it. I remember talking to him in the hotel room, and I said, like, "I don't know how you had the patience. Like, I wouldn't have had that patience that day, even though I was in the media."
Yeah.
And we did have patience for things like that.
Oh, yeah.
I did shows with like Special Olympics and everything.
Yeah.
And those are the shows with kids and animals. You just never know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah.
They're super unpredictable.
Yeah.
And like some of my favorite shows were with Special Olympics.
Yeah.
Because they're not predictable. And I hate to say this, they're the happiest people in the world.
Yeah.
Like I always say, if there's a God, God's children are those, because they're super happy. And I'll never forget that kid. He was like, the dad was, you could see the dad was just like, first he was just frozen in time because his kid's not giving this belt back.
Yeah.
Right. And what do you do?
Yeah.
And Scott just in his head said, "Okay, if I pin you, it's my belt."
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all the kid wanted. You got to earn this belt.
Yeah. Very good. Yeah. The kid, he made him earn it.
That's like what you hear like on the internet. People say anybody that shows up to a live event with a belt should be made to defend it.
Can you
This kid was ahead of his time.
Way ahead of his time. So, yeah, it was a good story to definitely have in there, and God bless Scott, and I definitely miss him too. So,
for sure.
So Bray Wyatt. Now, so let's go back to let's just talk about the Bray Wyatt a little bit.
Yeah.
Tell me a moment that you remember, whether it's Fiend or whatever it is with Bray, that you went, wow. Yowie wowie.
Yowie wowie. There wasn't a lot. Like honestly, the last time I really watched him was this last little run he had when he had that match with LA Knight, like all the stuff leading up to it.
Yeah.
So but then seeing the clips, I was really impressed with how agile he is in the ring, that back crab that he would do and walk. Like, that was freaky. I was like, saw that a few times, just flipping through again. He was on when I wasn't really watching wrestling regularly. So, but when I caught a chance to see, sometimes I'd watch just to see him do that move because it was cool. So, but yeah, I missed out on the Fiend. I missed out on the Funhouse, the Wyatt Gym stuff, like see all these
Yeah.
clips and go, can't believe I missed out on that.
Yeah,
So,
and that wasn't that long ago
Yeah,
either.
yeah.
But yeah, if you and I were both, I did watch them because my sister was into the horror stuff.
yeah.
And I remember saying, "You got to see this character; you'll love it." And then my sister cosplayed.
Yeah.
The
Well, didn't he?
Fiend.
There's some famous like horror FX guy.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. Tom. It's
Tom-
an Italian sounding name. So.
Oh, and I bought a mask from him,
Oh, okay.
Tom Servini or Servino.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And I thought that he collaborated with him to develop
He did.
the Fiend.
He
I
made
thought I
that
read
mask.
somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, he made the Fiend mask. And as a matter of fact,
It wasn't her whole bodysuit. Like I've seen a picture of him and
Alexa
Bliss. and
Yeah,
he's
that was the
looks
burnt
like all
Fiend.
burnt. Yeah, all burnt.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like
Yeah.
that he actually could work in that suit. Like
Well, what happened? That burnt Fiend was Randy Orton burnt the Fiend in the middle of the ring
oh, okay.
and let him lie there and burn out.
Mhm.
And then that was the Tom Servino. I think it's Servino.
Yeah, I think that sounds familiar.
But yeah, I bought a Tom Servino COVID mask.
Yeah.
And it's a half Jason,
Oh, cool.
because he's the one who made the Jason paint.
Yeah.
He did the Jason mask.
Yeah.
So I did buy that for COVID, but at the same time, I use it on my Harley.
Yeah.
Actually, it's
Oh,
a
cool.
solid like mask.
Yeah.
So I use it as when I'm on the highway. It's
Yeah.
perfect. I
Oh,
wear
nice.
this Jason mask, and people are like, nah, as you pass them. But yeah,
Harry.
he did that, and I think that Tom Servino was part of the Uncle Howdy.
Oh, okay. I wonder what
mask.
they're gonna do with that. I wonder if they're gonna maybe
I
bring
mean,
him
if,
back.
if it was Bo Dallas,
Yeah.
then there's no reason not to use Bo
I think I read
Dallas.
somewhere that they actually confirmed that it was Bo Dallas
Yeah.
finally. So yeah.
So why not?
Yeah.
Like if there's any time to do a tribute character
Yeah.
of him living on,
Yeah.
this is it.
Yeah.
Like, and I hate to say it, capitalize.
Yeah.
Right on a bad situation.
Well, I think they've already said the merchandise, all the proceeds are going to the family.
I know, yeah.
Which is awesome that they're doing that. So, and I mean, and Capco, he said he's not making any Bray stuff right now out of respect for the family, and that's awesome because he could easily, if he wanted to, capitalize on this, but he's not. He's made the right choice. Like
because
good for him.
as
Yeah.
soon as Bray Wyatt passed, everybody wants, and Capco made that specialty Bray Wyatt
Yeah.
belt too.
Yeah.
And he said nope.
Yeah.
And so good on him. Like that tells me one thing: he's not about money.
No.
He's
I mean, eventually he may
Sure.
start doing them again, but I mean, right now, let it cool off, and I think that's the best. That's a classy move. You know?
I would say if and his name is Abdul. I said if you're listening to the show, and I know he does listen in.
Oh, cool.
Like he knows when we give him a mention. Like he loves it, and he thanks us all the time.
Oh, it's well deserved. He makes great product.
I would honestly say, you know what? Wait a month. Like,
Yeah.
I think a month is fair.
Yeah.
To let things calm down.
Yeah.
And then maybe put your twist on a specialty belt.
Yeah.
And say if anybody wants a Bray Wyatt tribute belt, this is it.
Yeah.
And these are the only ones I'm making for him.
Yeah.
For now, and there's nothing wrong with some of the proceeds if he really wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
And again, in the stay classy mode, he doesn't have to not make money.
Yeah.
That's his living is making
Yeah,
these
it's
belts.
yeah.
Then you know what? Throw some proceeds at a cause.
Yeah.
Like I'm not sure what Bray Wyatt's charity might have been.
Yeah.
Throw it at that. Like
Yeah.
throw it at autism. Throw say $50 from every belt is going to blank.
Yeah.
We're not telling you what to
No,
do.
no, don't
but
do that.
I'm just saying, like, you know, that would be a nice tribute and say, hey, I'm donating to Heart and Stroke.
Yeah.
Since it was a heart attack that got him.
Yeah.
Throw $50 for every Bray Wyatt belt to that.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you a little secret here. Out of all my belts,
Mm-hmm.
I did order a Fiend belt from the WWE
Oh, okay.
because when they had Bray Wyatt come out that Fiend belt,
Yeah.
like with his face,
Yeah.
I ordered it and I've never opened it.
Oh,
I don't know why I never opened it.
I didn't know you had one.
Yeah, I had it put away. I bought a mini one for the NWO cat.
Yeah.
and I bought the big one. It was on sale.
Yeah.
And I never opened it. And I just realized that this week after Bray Wyatt passed, I'm like, I never opened that Fiend belt. Maybe I should leave it shut.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Terry Funk. We'll switch to Terry
Yeah.
Funk.
Yeah. the funker.
Any memorable thing that you want to throw about Terry Funk?
Chainsaw Charlie, his stuff
Yeah.
in ECW, like nothing specific, like just the fact that, like I mentioned earlier, at 49 did his first moonsault, and just to see him with the hardcore stuff and throwing moonsaults to the outside, like it was impressive. So
My biggest memory of Terry Funk.
Tokyo Dome, him and Leatherface, I believe they.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and another Winnipeg guy.
Another, yeah.
Yeah.
And he just appeared again, Leatherface.
That wasn't. I don't think that's the
Wasn't
same
him?
guy. No.
Oh, that was him.
Yeah.
And I thought about that because you
Yeah.
and I had talked about that in a previous show. My biggest Terry Funk moment, Roadhouse.
Oh yeah, I forgot he was in Roadhouse.
Him and Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
You know, you can't.
And Patrick Swayze.
And
Can't forget him.
Patrick Swayze. Yeah. So, yeah. And you know what? That's pretty much our show today. We covered everything for Keith.
Yeah.
And your buddy Gail.
Yeah.
We threw in some Capco.
Yeah.
If you want to hop over to YouTube, we're going to unbox this shortly and do a video on it.
And we're not going to do the randomizer. We could do Funker against Bray Wyatt randomizer, but I think
we're just going to respect
we'll leave it. Yeah.
the two legends and no randomizer this week for that. So, Vader, you have yourself a good trip.
I will try.
And bring me back something nice.
I will look. Yeah.
You always do.
Yeah. Well, you
always
send
me.
see what you're looking for. Also, I know that Mask Man Mark is also into collectibles and he likes stuff from the States. So, Mark, if you're listening, hit me up, send me a message. And if there's anything you want, I'll take a look for it.
Wants. If you're anything with Andre the Giant,
okay,
that's for sure. Like if you can't get a hold of him,
I'll send him a message before I leave just to see if there's any, because he might know what's coming up at Target or something like that. So
speaking of which, you're gonna have to grow some long arms.
Okay.
And reach deep into the pockets.
Oh,
because
well, I don't have money. You got to talk to Lady Vader for that.
Well, okay, so get some longer arms and dig into her pocket.
Yeah.
They're coming out with a Vader.
What?
On the little baby, like the Hasbro remakes. They're
I didn't know
coming
they're
out
doing
with Vader, Undertaker, Paul Bearer, and Jerry Lawler.
Oh, okay.
Those are the four in the.
Are those the ones that look like the Master of the Universe guys?
Yeah, no. These are like the little Hasbro remakes.
Oh, they're okay. I didn't know they were.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, which reminds me.
Oh boy.
I've got your part of your collection started.
Okay.
I wandered into a garage sale, and they had a box of Hasbros.
Oh, cool.
So I just said, you know what? I just scooped.
Yeah.
And I said, I know eventually you were talking, you want to get some.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, tell me when your birthday is or Christmas if you're allowed to celebrate this year.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? It's going to be my Halloween gift to you.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
That could be expensive for me.
I
got to find a spot. I still don't have a spot.
Yeah, I know. We're going to have to clear some stuff out of here.
Yeah. I'm not allowed. Lady V, she's allowed to put her trinkets up. I'm not allowed to put my.
Yeah, but they have a Vader and it looks really good.
Okay, I'm gonna look for. Is it out yet, or is it going to be out?
It's coming out. Mattel has it on their website. You can order them already.
Oh, okay.
But if I find the Vader, I'll pick it up for you.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you. Well, I'll look for it though.
Yeah, but if you find it, I'm gonna get the set. Like if I can find the set. Yeah. Well, because even I'm not a fan of Jerry Lawler, but it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And the Paul Bearer has has the urn.
Oh, cool.
With him, and Undertaker's got the silver mask on.
Oh, okay.
Which is a nice.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
And of course, Vader's got his Vader time red and black, and it looks really. I'll try to find a picture here.
Yeah, because I got two collectibles right now. I got the one with the fur coat. The fur cape.
Yeah, but those are the Mattel elites.
Yeah, the elites. Yeah. I got one. My youngest got me one for Christmas, which was super awesome. I didn't expect that. So yeah. So I'm gonna have to dig out that picture and show that to you. So for sure.
Everybody out there listening, thanks for supporting us.
Yeah, appreciate it. So.
We had some time off for reasons because life happens.
Yeah.
Vader.
What?
Sing with me, children, little bitty babies. He's got the little bitty babies in his